Hi, Stacy Martin from Next Level Goat Tying, and I just wanted to talk to you today about why we choose the GOATY Goat Tying Dummies for all of our clinics and why we recommend them to all of our students, both beginners and advanced. The GOATY Goat Tying Dummies are the most versatile dummies on the market. They will stand by themselves, which allows you to work a horse or to practice your dismount without even needing a goat holder. Also, the GOATY Goat Tying Dummies are weighted in a way that they have the feel of a real goat, which allows you to practice a proper flank and a proper scoop. The legs lay together great to give you that practice for a correct and fast tie. One of the greatest things about the GOATY Goat Tying Dummy is its durability. We haul these dummies all over the country. They stay in hot horse trailers, they're out in the cold, they're in the mud and the dust, and these GOATY Goat Tying Dummies hold up fantastic. We've never had a problem with the construction of a GOATY Goat Tying Dummy. So I believe that the GOATY Goat Tying Dummies are well worth the money. I think this is the best dummy on the market for your goat tire. It's a dummy that will last your goat tire's entire career, and a dummy that will let your goat tire get the proper practice to build that consistent, fast run that every goat tire is looking for. So I hope you'll consider purchasing a GOATY Goat Tying Dummy.
Well, we started off the tie down over with Wyoming's Garrett Murphy right
here. So we're talking about how Emily is sitting on her goat and why it's so important to sit correctly. If you watch, when the weight is evenly distributed, what we're looking for in those legs is that the top leg is in front of the bottom leg. We call this the front leg. So with your beginner goat tire, I find it's very helpful to go through some terminology, okay? So I will sit there with, especially with my younger ones, and we'll kind of play a little game where they have to identify front leg, top leg, bottom leg, so that once I start talking to them about it, they know where all of the goat's parts are. And then I tell them this is their left leg and this is their right leg. So I make it a game. We go through, we start getting fast, and the kids really love it, and it helps them understand what I'm talking about when I ask them to move a certain part of the goat's body or their body. So here, Emily's sitting on the goat. Everything looks good. This is how we want our goatee or our goat to land, okay? Another thing that you'll see, Emily has this goat's leg down. You'll see a lot of kids want to land with this leg up. And that's going to take a lot of extra time, because then you have to push the goat down, or these kids want to keep the leg up and try to scoop high, and you're not going to get a really good fast scoop that way. So we want to keep that front leg down. Encourage your child to push the front leg down to the ground. So here we have legs laying like this. And why do we want them like this? Because as we gather, go ahead and gather. Okay, as we gather this goat's leg, when we tie it, we want to tie across the thinnest piece of those three legs. In order to do that, the top leg needs to be in front of the bottom leg, like so. Now, if Emily is not sitting on her goat correctly, or she does not flank her goat correctly, and this bottom leg gets here, top leg gets here, all right, go ahead and put them together, then she doesn't have this nice, clean place to tie. You've also got this sticking out here, and that's a lot more ground to cover whenever you have to tie your goat. So we want to make sure everything is correct every time, okay? Now, why do I have this tape on my goatee? I want to teach the kids that there's a very specific area that the goatee's leg should go, or the goat's leg. And we want that between that kneecap and that first ankle, okay? So, if the kids are pushing their legs way up here, look how far their string has to carry. Okay, that takes a lot of strength. So we want them to get in the habit of placing this goat's legs correctly every time. Okay? So if Emily shifts her body position just a little bit, go ahead, shift that body position, it allows this leg to come back. All right, now go back to where you were, and then the goatee wants to fall into place. And that's the same thing on a live goat. And it's also very, very important, especially if you're wanting to eventually be able to catch that goat's legs or stuff your goat. Okay? Now, as we scoop our goat, our next thing that we'll tell them put your right hand on the bottom back leg. All right, go ahead, Em. Now, we don't want to grab and bend this elbow because it creates kind of a void here. Okay, we want to open our hand up. We want to put our fingers in the ground, and we want to scoop across and catch with the left hand. All right, go ahead. Catch with that left hand. So when they have that left hand, and truly it is hard for some of the younger kids, their hands just are not big enough, so they will struggle for a little while. Just encourage them just to squeeze just a little bit with that right leg to help keep those goat's legs up there. Okay, as they get bigger, we want to make sure, see how Emily's elbow is here? Some of the kids they kind of want to lean over and they want to drive this hand like so. Okay, and that's not proper position. We don't want to do that. So go ahead, Emily. Again, she's sitting up, arms straight, thumb is over the top two legs. Okay. All right, when we start our kids tying, there are a couple of little drills that we'll go through and we'll ask them to do so they make sure they have their body in the correct position the entire time, all the way through their tie. All right, so Emily's going to scoop her legs here. Good. And then she's going to take her elbow and put it on her forehead. I tell the kids, like you were at school and you wanted to go to sleep on your desk. This actually gets our elbow up. We want our elbow up through our whole tie. And it also teaches these kids how to come down the end of their string. Emily is using one of our next level strings. It's a cotton sash cord type string. It's not the same type string you would get at a lot of people think you can just go to Tractor Supply or Home Depot and get the sash cord. It's a completely different sash cord. It's got a good weight to it. It breaks in really well. We like it because the more you tie with it, the better it holds, the better it's going to stay tied. There are all kinds of strings on the market. We like the Lyles with kind of a soft to medium lay. They are a 2-strand string, and I find a lot of the girls have a lot easier time tying with a little bit softer string. Basically, when it comes to strings, I would say whatever you are comfortable with, whatever you make good, consistent ties with, that's going to be what you're going to want to use. But especially the beginners, the softer string that you have, the easier it's going to be for them. Now, I have girls that have tied with really hard strings that find that whenever they have to tie with the cotton string, it really makes them do things correctly. Can't cheat with the cotton, and so they'll practice a little bit with the cotton and then go back to their hard strings for competitions. So Emily's going to start here with her elbow up, and she's going to come all the way down the string. So that's kind of the first thing we're going to teach them, all the way down the string. Okay, notice Emily's not holding her string tight. We want to just have a nice loose grip on the string. When Emily's tying, we want her concentration to be on her left pinky finger. So, Emily, if you'll hold up your left pinky finger, and that's what she's looking at. We want to make sure that Emily throws that string all the way around the goat's legs every time. So, she's concentrating and she's throwing that goat string there every time. She should not get her string hung up in the goat's legs. So, go ahead, Emily, and throw that string over there. Good. Okay? So, notice her elbow's still up. Her hand is over the goat. A lot of kids want to try to pull this down here. They want to try to pull that first wrap tight, and we don't want to pull tight until the very end. All right? So Emily's going to make another wrap, and the next thing she's going to do is take the back of her hand and put it on her forehead. Now, as she reaches through, go ahead, Em. She's going to make sure that when she grabs the string, she grabs it right here in between her thumb and her forefinger. Okay? Go ahead. Thumb and forefinger. Now, as she pulls the string out, she's going to keep that hand on her forehead, and then she's going to pull out. Very good. Now, why is this important? Go ahead and untie. Beginner goat tyers, and look, some very experienced goat tyers want to, that right hand gets to moving so fast, they literally tie their string up in their tie, their hand up in their tie. So go ahead, Em. She's going to come through. And go ahead and tie your hand up in that tie. See how she brings this arm around? And as she hasn't pulled this arm out yet,
and she's already closing that loop, and that makes it very difficult for her to get her hand out of the tie and be fast, and it'll mess your tie up. So if you find that you're having that trouble, go back, put your hand on your forehead, make sure the string is pulled out, and then close it. So let's see that again. Okay, so see, slow those videos down. If your right hand is here, underneath that goat's leg, while your left hand is still in this tie, this is a drill that's going to be very important to you. It will get your timing back correct. All right, go ahead. Let's show them that tie again. To the forehead. Now watch as Emily pulls the string out. She keeps it on her forehead till her hand's all the way out, and then she finishes underneath. And we want to pull. When they pull, see, Emily's hands are flat and even. A lot of people want to pull that right hand up or that left hand. All right, good. Or the other way. And they want to tighten their string that way, and that won't give you a good tight tie. Hi, Stacy Martin from Next Level Goat Tying. We'd love to see you at a clinic in 2018, so please check out our schedule at www.nextlevelgoattying.net. If you're interested in scheduling a clinic in your area, please contact us through the website.